And my daughter loves me, and I'll sing it out loud. That's the way it should be. And I tell her each day,
Mine.
she already knows. And oh, it's a fine thing, you know.
Wally the whale was the biggest creature in the ocean, and also the gentlest. He spoke softly, and the most important things he had to say were spoken in a whisper. That's how he came to be known as Whispering Wally, for he was respected not for his enormous size, but rather for his whispered wisdom.
It's a fine thing, you know. Well, she lights up my world when my thoughts are dark, and her smile is so warm, it's melting my heart. And we don't need no words, 'cause we're taking it slow. And oh, it's a fine thing, you know.
Torrie the tiny sea turtle had a secret discovery that she couldn't wait to tell her friend Wally the whale. Torrie and Wally shared everything.
Mine. Hi, Torrie. Hi, Wally.
Guess what? I discovered a new cave!
Wally was concerned as to how his little friend had made the discovery, as he disapproved of Torrie being off on her own, unaccompanied.
I'm not sure you should be going off anywhere on your own.
Then come with me. Can I show you, Wally? It's really huge. You'll like it. Come on, please, please, please.
Wally didn't want to disappoint his tiny friend, so he reluctantly agreed. With Torrie leading the way, Wally decided to set some guidelines for her safety. He wanted Torrie to be independent, but still knew he was responsible for her well-being. If anything happened to Torrie, it would be Wally's worst nightmare. As they swam over the kelp beds, Wally began to ask Torrie some questions regarding the cave. Torrie assured the whale it was safe inside. She had already inspected it, much to Wally's disapproval. They passed through the undersea vents, and Torrie indicated they were getting closer to the cave. Wally told Torrie he would have to take a look at the location first before he would allow Torrie inside the cave. Wally's huge eyes gave him an advantage when inspecting rock structures. Wally was not sure if the excited little turtle was listening to him.
We're almost there. It's just up ahead.
Slow down. There have to be some rules regarding your journey into the cave, if I allow it at all.
The side of an underwater mountain soon came into view. It was an enormous structure. You couldn't see around nor over. But sure enough, there was an opening. A cave, in fact. Wally drew closer to take a look.
thought you said this was a large cave.
It's large to me.
Well, it's too small for me to go inside with you. I'm not sure about this.
Wally drew closer to the cave to take a look, while Torrie swam in front of his snout.
Please, 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 can I go in? I've already been in it and it's safe.
But here's the rule. After 1 minute, you exit the cave. Understood?
1 minute, I promise.
Torrie slipped from view as Wally watched. Torrie excitedly swam deep inside the cave. In the distance, she could hear Wally humming. He sounded nervous. But Torrie had made Wally a promise, and one thing she was great at was keeping track of time. Wally had counted down 1 minute as he stared into the cave opening. He began to worry as he could see no trace of his friend inside. But Torrie had made Wally a promise, and he trusted her. Torrie had also said the cave was safe, and he trusted her. But why had she failed to reappear? Wally took off swimming up the side of the mountain. He swam as fast as he could. Sure enough, just beneath the water surface, the mountain peaked. He traversed over the top and headed down over the other side at a rapid pace. Soon, his worst fears would vanish. Like Torrie. For when he reached the base of the other side of the undersea mountain, he noticed there was a similar opening in the same position as Torrie's cave. Inside the cave, Torrie was swimming as fast as she could. She knew at least 1 minute and 30 seconds had passed since she last saw Wally. Traversing the cave, one side to the other, was a little bit longer than she had anticipated. Then it hit her. She had forgotten to tell Wally there were 2 entrances to the cave. Worse yet, she could see Wally's face up ahead and anticipated the worst. Wally cleared his throat as if a warning that Torrie had a lot of explaining to do. But when Torrie soared out of the cave in front of Wally's eyes, he struck a wide smile.
I'm really sorry, Wally, that I'm late. But I see you figured out that I might exit the cave on the other side of the mountain. You're pretty smart, Wally.
Then Wally whispered, as he always did when he had something important to say.
That goes to show you, my little friend. There's no mountain high enough to keep me from you.
The 2 slowly swam home together. Torrie learned no matter where or how, Wally would always be there for her and by her side.
Well, she lights up my world when my thoughts are dark, and her smile is so warm, it's melting my heart. And we don't need no words, 'cause we're taking it slow. And oh, it's a fine thing, you know. Oh, it's a fine thing. It's a grand thing. It's a fine thing. It's a grand thing. Oh, it's a fine thing, and oh, it's a fine thing, you know. Well, you know you must grow, and there will come a day when you lift up your head and you'll be on your way. But you're never alone wherever you go. And oh, it's a fine thing, you know. Oh, it's a fine thing, oh, it's a grand thing, oh, it's a fine thing, oh, it's a grand thing, oh, it's a fine thing, and oh, it's a fine thing, you know. Well, I know I'm less than I should be, but I just want to say that you made me want to be a little better every day. And oh, it's a fine thing, oh, it's a grand thing, oh, it's a fine thing, oh, it's a grand thing, oh, it's a fine thing, and oh, it's a fine thing, you know. It's a fine thing, it's a grand thing, it's a fine thing, it's a grand thing, it's a fine thing, and oh, it's a fine